Well, this is the Bahamas on the North Edition. Good evening, everybody. I'm Ricardo Lightborn. It is indeed a pleasure to have you with us tonight. Well, the Grand Bahama business community honoring some of its own. Despite the Grand Bahamas challenge economy, the leaders in the sector actually got together in an award ceremony to recognize those who are committed to the business and services in terms of excellence. We've got Natalie Martinborough on the beat.
The annual Business Awards is an avenue to recognize those who are setting a pace of excellence in the Grand Bahama economy. The ceremony, held at the Regency Theatre, also providing an opportunity for networking. Chamber President Kevin D. Seymour says he believes the event also serves as a source of motivation for the business sector.
These have been the businesses which the peers have said have managed to rise and to still become successful. And certainly we want to recognize these kinds of businesses because the template that they're following is perhaps one that is worth replicating throughout the entire country.
Billy Bowe of Benchmark Consulting Services was selected top developing entrepreneur. Pharmachem got the award for the top large company, and Save More won the top company in the B category.
Pharmachem has been created since 2003, and we're in the life sciences, creating health products to help and enhance the life of others. We're manufacturing an HIV/AIDS drug. We have the capacity to treat 1 million patients, HIV/AIDS patients, so that's significant what we're doing. We've been able to increase the staff from 50 employees when we opened in 2003 to about 115 employees now.
We were nominated last year and we didn't win, and so the second time we said, oh, we had to go there again type of thing, but it was genuinely a surprise.
Reverend Dr. Ralph Russell of Russell and Pinder Funeral Home won the Lifetime Achievement Award, and the Grand Bahama Port Authority captured the President's Award.
We are so honored and privileged to receive this honor for him in recognition of the Lifetime Achievement Award.
And it was a surprise because, you know, the Port Authority doesn't always receive a lot of praise, and so it was, it was delightful.
Atario Mitchell of Bahamas Striping received the Philanthropic Business of the Year Award.
You can expect a lot of excitement, a lot of new ideas, new innovative products to the Grand Bahama business community. So this is just the beginning. And
the Outstanding Business Person of the Year Award went to Hedley Forbes of H. Forbes Charter.
He is deserving of that honor.
Natalie Martinborough, ZNS Network News.
Well, the Minister for Grand Bahama, Dr. Michael Darville, also attending the Business Awards and expressing gratitude to the business community for its role in growing the Grand Bahama economy.
We have a very close-knit business community, and the community is always trying to create new avenues to bring new products to the island of Grand Bahama. So recognition is essential because entrepreneurship is one of the key engines that drive our economy.
Well, MP for East Grand Bahama, Deputy Leader of the FNM, Peter Turnquist, also giving support to the Chamber-sponsored event. Turnquist, who also served as Chamber President for a few years, says he believes the event helps actually to inspire growth in the economy.
We know that there are a lot of success stories out here in the Bahamas. We kind of hear a lot about all the failures. And so it's good for us to come along and to celebrate the successes, those people who have persevered through all of the ups and downs of the Grand Bahama economy. And you know, there are some businesses that are doing really good work, that are providing excellent customer service, that are striving, and we have to highlight them, support them, and encourage them to continue going on.
Another news, the country's leading telecommunications company well underway to restoring vital phone service to the islands of the South and Central Bahamas battered by Hurricane Joaquin. Tonight, top BTC officials say while they made some progress, there has been some challenges along the way. Let's go to Joan Davis-Roll for that.
Chief Executive Officer of the Bahamas Telecommunications Company, BTC, Leon Williams, while on Grand Bahama recently, told ZNS News that the restoration of telecommunication systems on the islands adversely impacted by Hurricane Joaquin has been extensive.
We've had a challenge with the island of Acklands right now. BEC has power, water and sewage has water, I came in this morning with a technician who came into Grand Bahama to pick up some power supplies that we need to ship down to Acklands because the power supply equipment just fried. Water came in. But for most of the islands, we've got cellular services up and running. Rumkeys and Salvador, Cricket Island, Make Warner, Ragged Island, parts of Long Island.
BTC CEO says company officials have learned from past hurricanes, powerful storm systems like Hurricane Joaquin that have left a trail of destruction. Williams says the cost associated with replacing damaged phone lines and restoring services has been astronomical.
It's a lot of cost. A lot of the equipment has been underwater and it's replaced. We do temporary repairs now, but it has to be replaced because 6 months down the road is going to give you trouble. I mean, we've been through this Hurricane Floyd, Hurricane Michelle, Hurricane Irene. We've had for Hurricane Francis and Jean here in Grand Bahama, and the equipment that we restored, and we thought it was good. 6 months, 9 months later, starts suffering the effect. And so we've been down this road, seeing this video over and over again. We know what to do.
Joan Davis Rowe, ZNS Network News.
And a wanted suspect, 25-year-old Rashad Musgrove of number 13 Woodcock Loop of East Indian Man Road is now in custody. Police say Musgrove turned himself into the Central Police Station this morning. According to authorities, Musgrove was wanted on armed robbery charges. Meantime, police are still searching for 27-year-old Jatari Nathan Roberts of Gilbert Crest. He is wanted on the charges of stealing. And if you know his whereabouts, you're asked to please do in turn contact the nearest police station. And this is National Health Month here on Grand Bahama, and also knowing the struggles of young people is offering some advice, one of the young pastors, and that also resides in the United States. He's advising the nation's youth to never give up on your dreams. Let's go to Megan Shepard.
Born in New Providence, raised here in Freeport, and now Dr. Deron Hepburn is the bishop of Jump Ministries Global Church in Central Florida. Hepburn says he's been to the island several times within the last month, and he's noticed so much in terms of the economy. But he believes that despite the current situations, our gifts will make room once we put our trust in God.
If you allow God to cause you to tap into the gift, the wealth is on the inside of you. When I moved to Florida, I moved by myself. No mother, no father, no brother, no sister. And God has really blessed me. My gift made room for me. So I don't think it depends on where you are. It depends on tapping into the gifts and the abilities that are inside of you as a young person. Believe with God all things are possible, and the sky is the limit. I have one of the largest media ministries in Orlando for someone that left here and started by himself. So I think it has a lot to do with passion, finding what your gift is and staying with it. Our young people today, they want things so instantly. They start something, and then when it doesn't work, they go to the next thing. I think it's important to find something that you love, stick with it, and then let it develop.
Bishop Hepburn's sermons can be heard and seen across the United States and on several stations here in the Bahamas. To other pastors, he says it is important to let your voices be heard and ensure that young people are exposed to positive messages.
Have a voice that can lift up the name of Jesus and show that the Bible says that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So if we use that life, anything's possible, anything can happen, and we could change the atmosphere. So some of the negative things that is being spoken, imagine if we're speaking words of life, words of wisdom that comes from the scriptures, how it could begin to change and impact our young lives. I believe a lot of the things that happen with crime, a lot of things that happen with the negativity of our young people is in regard to what they hear, what goes into their spirit. So if they get the right things going into their spirit, then we can begin to change their mind. Change their mind, then it will change their behavior.
As young persons are continuously being exposed to the negative influences of the world, Bishop Hepburn offers his advice to draw this generation back into the church.
You can't take new wine and put it into old wineskins. You got a pastor have to be flexible. Some churches don't want young people to rap, but you can take that rap and make it gospel rap or reggae. You can have gospel reggae. Let the young people express themselves for the 21st century that relates to the gospel. They don't have to come outside of the word. Every good and perfect gift comes from above. We just have to train our young people to use their gift for the Lord. And because they can't use it on the inside of the church, they go to the world where it's accepted. And then when they begin to act a certain way or behave a certain way, we wonder what's going wrong, because they was never pointed to use their gift for the kingdom of God. And young people need an outlet. give these young people an outlet to use their gift and find out who they are.
He adds that this generation is one of the instant expectations. He's encouraging young people to fight for their dreams and passions. He says that it does not matter where you start, but rather where you end up with the help of God. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
And we come to our first break tonight. When we come back for more news.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
And welcome back. Tonight we feature another community builder singled out for a special honor by the Upper Zion Baptist Church family in Pinders Point. This prominent businessman started out from the humble beginnings, and today he is a major employer on the island. Sabrina Brown has the story.
Reverend Haywood Cooper can be considered one of the cornerstones of the Upper Zion Baptist Church in Pinders Point. He made a significant contribution to the ministry over the years, moving from a Sunday school teacher to the assistant pastor, where he served until April 2000.
I did my very best with the renovation of the church and the going on and repairing of the church. We did a lot to it.
Reverend Cooper is perhaps one of the most successful businessmen in Grand Bahama, having started out with a chicken farm in Hunters and the island market in Pinders Point.
Mr. Roll, John Roll, he used to bring in chicken from the U.S. and we had to go to homework to buy chicken. So I started producing my own chicken for sale. They were selling out good, and along with the chicken, then he started to put a grocery into the store.
But the astute businessman didn't stop there. He acquired franchises for Kentucky Fried Chicken and Burger King restaurants, among other business establishments. Cooper believes it was his passion to help others that made him so successful.
That's my object and my idea. To be a blessing to people. Yes. And I believe it's good to bless people. And I know when I had the island market, every Christmas, and there was a load on the children and on the employees also. We used to pack boxes and boxes and carry it around to the old people there.
He shares these words of wisdom.
We should be blessed more than we are blessed. If we would think, study, plan, and move. Think, study, plan, and move. I believe that all of us could be successful. It don't have to be one man.
Reverend Cooper chronicled his life story in his first book, My Story, His Glory, which he released 4 years ago. He says he's grateful to the Upper Zion Baptist Church for recognizing his contributions to the church and community. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, prayer will also be lifted for hurricane victims in the central and southeastern Bahamas. In the meantime, an organization comprising of business leaders on Grand Bahama is doing its part to assist in the overall national restoration effort in the aftermath of Hurricane Joaquin. Let's go to Joan Davis Roll for this one.
The Rotary organization on Grand Bahama, uniting for a common cause, local Rotarians taking a proactive approach and helping those hardest hit by the devastating hurricane which swept through the southern islands of the Bahamas. A massive relief initiative being launched involving Rotary Emergency Water Supply Plant here on this northern island. Rotarian Mike Stafford says, thanks to a successful partnership with both the private and public sector, relief has already reached those persons in the hurricane-stricken areas.
We have 10 of these trailers with water tanks on it, and we've sent one to Nassau with 2 additional tanks on it. And the theory is that once they're in Nassau, they can be dispatched to the needed islands, and they can drive through the neighborhoods and give water to the people, and then the tank trailer can go back to Nassau, get refilled with desalinated water in Nassau, and just go back and forth. We have other trailers that we're willing to send them if there is the need.
Stafford says their efforts will not stop there. More water assistance will be available if needed.
We really need to start focusing on is temporary shelter, tarps. There's a call for big, large tarps to cover roofs that are half done and all that, so people have a little bit of normalcy. Bedding materials, pillows, blankets, mattresses. You can drop off any of these items here in Grand Bahama at the Tree Root Center, which is Rotary's collection center, and that's 12 hours a day from 7 to 7, I believe, 8 to 7. and we're accepting all donations there.
He says it is important for Bahamians everywhere to help our brothers and sisters who, through a powerful act of Mother Nature, now find themselves in dire straits.
I'm still choked up. I was here for Francis and Jean and Wilma with Rotary and saw what happened here, and we're lucky that we have an infrastructure here, and we have roads and we have harbors and airports and things like that. And some of the islands down south, they didn't have the infrastructure before the storm, and they were challenging, and they were economically challenged as well. You know, Freeport still hasn't recovered from Francis and Jean. The economic hit that Francis and Jean put on this island is still affecting us. Drive around here and you can go to a number of businesses and hotels that are closed just because of that storm. So the islands are going to take, this is going to take years. This storm is going to be with us for years. It is comforting to see that we're all coming together, though.
The goal of the Rotary family here on Grand Bahama is to help as many families as possible in the southern Bahamas affected by this devastating storm. Their goal, they say, is to help the needy, not the greedy. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Joan Davis-Roll.
Well, Automotive Revolution Bahamas, spearheaded by activist Kendall Colbert, presenting checks to coordinators of the Reach Out Ministries youth organization and the House of Hoops and Dreams. Dudley said the Reach Out Ministry was touched by the gesture. Bonnie Baston also housed some 65 young men for the past 16 years, and they call it the House of Dreams.
I'm just happy to know that local people like you all who have just coming into the community are recognizing the work that myself and Mr. Dudley Said are doing with the young men, and it's truly, truly a blessing, and we need more people like you all to recognize us and to let people out there know the amount of hard work, commitment, dedication, and sacrifice it takes into mentoring young men to have bigger and brighter men for the future of this nation.
And also Dudley Said is quite happy with the fact that he's able to also get a donation, which will go a very long way to helping his youth development program.
It's going to go in good use because I'm still in process of trying to finish the community center, and I want to say thank you, just for you guys with the heart of giving, because a lot of times when people start their organization, they always asking, but the first step you all did is to give back. So I want to say thank you very much, and it's going to go a long way. And I hope that the rest of the community could get involved with what you guys doing, because this is a part of mentoring young men.
And a very good gesture. Now, folks, sit back because it's time to Ask the Doctor.
Hi, I'm Dr. Monique Pratt. Welcome. Jackie from Freeport asks, I have really bad pain and swelling in my left ankle for the past 1 week, to the point that I cannot even walk because of pain, and taking Panadol does not help. What could this be? Jackie, thanks for your question. There are several reasons why you could be experiencing pain and swelling in your ankle. For example, trauma or a sprain. But since you did not mention these, another reason could be gout. Gout is a complex form of arthritis and is characterized by severe attacks of pain, redness, and swelling in joints, often the joint at the base of the big toe, but it can also occur in your feet, ankles, knees, hands, and wrists. The pain is likely to be severe within the first 4 to 12 hours. An attack of gout can occur suddenly, often waking you up in the middle of the night with a sensation that the affected joint is on fire. The joint involved can be so tender that even the weight of the sheet on it may seem intolerable. After the most severe pain subsides, some joint discomfort may last from a few days to a few weeks. Later, attacks can last longer and affect more joints. Since Panadol did not relieve your pain, I recommend you visit your doctor for evaluation and review other treatment options. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
After this break, going to be back with sports. We're going to tell you high school hoops. Who's crying, who's smiling tonight. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Let's get right into sports. At Grand Bahama High School, Domino's Pizza, Coca-Cola, Powerade, tip-off basketball champions were crowned last night. Let's go to the Jack Hayward Gym. They were rocking. The Tabernacle Falcons of St. George's Jaguars on court in the tip-off finals Monday night. The Jaguars' Franklin Patton came to play and the evident in the first period. St. George's ball watched the inbound play, basketball 101, Sherman Robinson with the deuce. Franco Miller Jr. took the Falcons on his back and went to work and muscle in some 17 points, but the Jaguars had a game plan. Take the action to the Falcons and Trevon Nichols working on a 10-point game. Coach Bain had that look on his face, it's gonna be a long night. He was right. Nichols beats the defense and goes to the hole with authority. The Jaguars were focused, watch the inside pass to Franklin. St. George's up 22-15 in the second. The Jaguars had one of a break here going on, 26-17. Sherman was feeling it. In the third, Kyle Smith answered the call to kiss off the glass. To add salt to the Falcons' wound, Howard Hinsey, the basket and the foul to boot. The Falcons were simply not up to the challenge and out of sync, but not St. George's Jaguars. The good defense and transition point on the other end. The Falcons tried to keep pace with those Jaguars, but Sherman Robinson had plans of his own and make every possession count. 41-27, St. George's in the driver's seat. The Falcons fan base's face, you can see, they know something's wrong. Franklin Patton, 15-pointer of the night. The Jaguars grounded the Falcons 56-36. Coach Darryl Sayers was elated, and also with the outcome. Coach Bain, he let him down.
They're a well-coached team. They played hard, but we knew coming on to the end, their legs, and as you could see, their legs was taken away from them. And we played our man-to-man defense with them, pressured them the whole way through. We knew they were short, man, with the three-headed monster they have. We knew as the game went on, we would have control of the game.
I didn't have them prepared to play. We didn't play with any energy or, we just weren't ready to play, and I've got to take full responsibility for that.
The St. George's Jaguars are the 2015 tip-off champions. A tournament MVP that goes to the Jaguars, Sherman Robinson. And I got to tell you, Ozzie, the insider Simmons, says he has St. George's #1 basketball team in the country. I don't know what kind of coffee Ozzie drinks, but he needs to go to decaf. We got more news in just a second. And the National Hurricane Telethon is underway. And for those of you who are affected or not affected in more ways than one, this is your time to help our brothers and sisters in the Central and Southern Bahamas, okay? Make sure you do that. Well, we're done here. The Bahamas Tonight continues right here, and don't go away. For all of us in Grand Bahama, have a great evening, everybody.